Alright guys, since you love them so much, we're going to give away another BrickTactical M2 machine gun. All you have to do is leave a like on the video, comment down below, make sure you guys are subscribed. I'll give this away in next week's episode. Alright guys, we're going to start this video off right away, just like this. So I've got some parts in, we've got some minifigure parts to talk about, and then we're going to hopefully finish up all of this. We're going to see if I run out of 1x2 plates and other little smaller detailing plates to see if I can finish this up. I should be good. You know, that's all I've got left, but I think it'll work out just fine, so I'm not too worried. So we're going to work on that. We're going to finish this rock off, and then we're going to finish off this one's not really done. This one could use a little bit more tiling on the top, so we're going to finish this one off. These ones all look pretty good, so I think those are done. But let's get into some of the parts that I got. So the one part that I ordered from last week's video that I talked about were these 1x1 rounds that have the hole in the middle of them. Now, why do I need these? That is for these new, well, let me just show you. I got a whole pick-a-brick cup full of them over here. These are for these olive green, I don't know what you call these, like little leaf pieces, little grass pieces. And the problem is if you look, you can't just snap them on the studs, so you need something to hold them. So now we have these little 1x1 plates, and you can attach them like so, and we can make these little, like, I don't know what you want to call them, little groupings of the olive green. So that's going to be a big help. I have about 200 of them there. That should be plenty for this whole section up here, and then I might add some in here. There's a couple spots that are a little blank that I'd like to add something, so we'll probably do that as well. But let's get this top part first done. And so let's see, 200 of those. I've got a full pick-a-brick cup of those grass pieces, so I'm not too worried about that. And then as far as minifigures go, I was talking about that last week's episode. What I did was I went ahead and I went downstairs into my shop and I took out all these parts, and now these will be set aside and used for minifigures for this mock. So there won't be any concern of me not having torsos, legs, anything like that. So what we have in here is we've got 80 sand green torsos and 80 sand green legs, and then we've got the same in tan. These ones do have to be disassembled and cleaned, and then obviously all of this needs to get printed, but that's something I can easily do, so I'm not too worried about that. I just wanted to make sure I didn't go through these parts, and I barely had enough of the olive green torsos, so I'm glad I did this when I did, just so, you know, I set them aside and we'll be totally fine when it comes to minifigures. And then I'm also going to be making more weapons, mainly rifles, M1 Grands and Arasakas. I'm restocking those for my website next week, so I'll be making a bunch of those and I'll set them aside as well. Now, once the mock is done, these figures will be sold either just like the torsos on the website, or I might sell them as the full figures, or I might do some sort of battle pack so I can get rid of them quicker and sell them to you guys at a cheaper price, and you'll know it came directly from the mock, so that'll be kind of cool. So we got those minifigures parts set aside. Really happy about that. And let's go ahead, and I'm going to go ahead and put the camera down, and let's go ahead, get all the tan detailing pieces down, and then we'll also start laying these down, and then I can start finishing up these rocks, and we can see what it's going to look like. So take a mental note right here, how it's unfinished there, and there's not much grass, and I'll come back to you guys in a minute. All right, we've got it completely detailed out. All the way back here, all this has been detailed. I left a little bit untouched here because I'm probably going to add slopes around this to kind of round this over, but we've got all this detailed and it looks really good. I'm really loving how this is turning out. I think once we finish off this rock, I'm thinking make this one quite a bit taller. I think I mentioned that in last week's episode. Make that one quite a bit taller, and then we've got to really add a lot of greenery and maybe not trees, because one, I'm out of trees, but I don't think they'd look good up here. I don't know. I'd have to play with it, but I definitely want to add some more like shrubs and whatnot like this back here to really add some more denseness to the jungle, if you will. And maybe we could do some bamboo stacks, you know, where I take, these pieces and stack them up. We might be able to do that back here. That might actually look pretty cool too. So really like how that looks. We had actually quite a bit to spare here, so we had a good like cup full there. So I'll save those for any potential, you know, little spots that we need to touch up or add to. Probably use that up here actually on this transition that we've yet to finish up. So I'll probably save that for there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in, I'm going to finish that off first, and then I'm going to come in here and start adding the foliage. So let me go ahead and do that right now. Alright guys, it's a bit later, so I hope you can still see everything. The lighting's a little bit dimmer. I've got this light propped up here, so hopefully you can see kind of what I've done so far. So, first things first, I got this rock pretty much done. I'm liking the way it looks. I did it a lot higher than these other ones, and I added some tiles on the top. One thing I do need to find is some more cheese slopes to add to this to kind of just get rid of some of these studs. I think that always looks a little bit better. So this rock is pretty much done, and I really like the shape of it. And like I said, I want to take some Japanese figures somehow and like put them back here and have them have like a meeting or something. I think that would be a cool little Easter egg or section of the mock. And then another thing I started doing was laying down all of these pieces here, these little studs with the holes in the top. And then I started adding all of these olive green plant pieces. These are probably one of my new favorite Lego parts. I don't know if it's a new Lego piece or not, or if it's been out. It's just really weird to me because it's like, it's a solid plastic. Like I'm trying to flex on this and it doesn't flex versus like, you know, the grass stock pieces are very flexible. They're almost like borderline rubber. And so I got all these out here and I made all these little patches. Wherever there's some dark tan, I would put little patches of these olive green sections. And I think that turned out really nice. So I'm not done yet, but this is what we got done so far. So I'm really liking the way this is turning out. And then I think once we add some more normal green around this, it's really going to make it pop. And then I know I mentioned, I think last week, we might need to add some reddish brown to the ground as well. And I might need to order more parts to make more palm trees. I don't know how palm trees would look back here. They'd probably look really good, but it might be kind of cool to have kind of two separate sections of the mock. So I'm not sure. I'm curious to see what you guys think. So let's go ahead, stop here for a minute. Let's go ahead and pick the giveaway winners from the last 2 episodes. We have 2 giveaway winners to pick. So guys, let's go back and do those right now. All right, guys, let's go ahead and pick the winner from episode 38 or week 38. So we got 2 winners to pick, episode 38 and 39. So let's go ahead and find a good comment here. Let's see here. Let's find a good one here. Let's do Brickmaster Bricks. That confused me for a second. Brickmaster Bricks. The trees look so realistic. That's a great and straightforward comment. I'm gonna like and reply to that. Winner. All right, so that is the first winner. Let's go ahead and go over to the other video. This is episode 39. Let's go ahead and pick someone here. Let's do let's do SMG Productions. Sorry I haven't been watching you lately, but I'm back and the mock looks really good. Keep up the great work. Awesome comment. I'm glad that you're back. Make sure you guys all go through my website and email me a screenshot of you logged in, and then of course your full address. I need your full address. That's your name, address, and then of course your zip code. Some guys leave the zip code out. I need that to ship out the price. So guys, thank you so much for entering, and let's wrap up the video. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this week's episode of Hacksaw Ridge and Lego. If you take a look back here, it's kind of hard to see on camera. It's easier to see in person, but basically the mock is now completely textured and it looks great. There's pretty much a seamless transition here. Obviously, once we get everything cleaned up and ready, it's looking really good. So I hope it comes across on camera just as well as it is in person. Probably not, but I hope you guys get the gist of it. So I'm really happy with it so far. I'm glad we got these minifigure parts set aside. I will go ahead and clean these and print these as soon as I can. Probably, maybe this week. I'm pretty busy with some other stuff, some new products coming out, but we'll see when I can squeeze those in. Those don't take too long. And then we'll have to figure out maybe some new heads to do, and I'm still working on some helmets. So more to come on all of that. And yeah, let me know what you guys think of the mock so far, and then we'll have to start adding figures here soon, because once this is done, we just have to finish this up here, and then it's pretty much figures and final detailing. So I'm really excited. So let me know what final details you want me to add, everyone. So that could be little Easter eggs, that could be little, you know, here and there details. Anything you guys can think of, drop it in the comments down below. Make sure you guys like the video, comment down below, and subscribe to be entered to win that M2 machine gun in next week's episode. I post these every Sunday, and then I try to post every Tuesday and Thursday as well. If you guys want to check out my website, BrickTactical.com, I sell sell all sorts of custom printed, genuine Lego, along with molded accessories to go with your minifigures. So check that out. That's what I do full time, so I appreciate all the support. Make sure you guys subscribe. We're almost to 100,000 subscribers, so we're on the road to 100K.
Never thought I'd use. If I go with fame, get the money and the views. I don't know if that's what I really want to do. That's why I'm here writing this, asking you, God, man, I feel so alive, but sometimes I just want to die. These things go through my head on the daily, I don't know why. Maybe I'm doing something wrong, or maybe I'm doing something right. I just don't understand why it can be so hard to live in this life. Yeah, man, I feel so alive, but sometimes I just want to die. These things go through my head on the daily, I don't know why. Man, I feel so alive, but sometimes I just want to cry. These things go through my head on the daily, I don't know why. My life has its ups and downs. Lately it seems to be a lot more frowns. Keep your chin up and go get it now. Gonna rise like a stock on the Dow. Now I'll take my time to get there. Sorry grandma, gonna have to swear when I get that fame. Gonna get on that stage, then pull a trick, looking at people in their